Good morning. I have a few little bits of knitting and crafting things to show you. I've got a finished cardigan, an almost finished shawl, a bag in the making, and something I've been sent, which I wasn't going to accept, but I'll explain all of that when we get to it. First things first, if I don't seem my usual self, it is because my mouth is sore again, and also each of us in this family are currently, it's all come at once, got something heavy weighing on us, all different things. Social media problems, Bunny's got allergies, Margot is literally at the point where the vet doesn't know what to do anymore. So he has contacted, here she is, he has contacted his professor from university for advice because she is so stressed out and nothing is helping. The only thing that calms her down is literally to be on me, and even then she is stress licking. Anyway, enough of that. Quick weather report. We've had a very dry spring, which has been beautiful in so many ways, but is making things a bit difficult for the farmers, that's for sure. And let's just get on with the knitting. So my current whip is this gorgeous shawl that I'm doing as a bit of a knit along with a couple of my friends I've mentioned before. This was that Nutiden yarn that I bought that I talked about in my last video. Isn't it lovely? I'm now ruining my cast on. I don't think my cast on does it justice, really. I thought I did the correct cast on, but I think it asked for a cable knit cast on, and I thought I did that and I didn't, or I don't remember what it asked for, but anyway, it'll be fine. It's going to be stunning. It's absolutely big. It will be even bigger when it's blocked, which will make me very happy. I think you wear it like a big triangle like this. Mind you, I don't have good form with wearing giant big shawls. I never wear my half and half wrap. I might frog that and reclaim the yarn. Talking of which, okay, my brain's just scattered on without you there. I wish that I had met a half and half triangle and had a feel and had a try on before I knitted it in the yarn that I had chosen. Just keep looking to make sure I'm focused and all that. So with that in mind, if any of you guys are going to flock at the weekend, I'm going on Saturday. Just Google the Big Flock, which is a southwest, it's a knitting event, a wool event. If you're going, I'm going to be there. I was asked to go into the podcasters room, which I feel an absolute numpty about doing, but I agreed to it because I basically can't say no. I just really want to support Claire and John in this, and so I said yes. So I'm going, and I'm going to go to the podcasters room. And I thought, if you're going to be there and I've knitted something that you would love to have a smooch with, let me know, and I'll remember, I'll bring it. I'll write myself a note and I'll bring it along, and you can have a good old flounce around in it. So when I say let me know, you can let me know in the comments The comments currently are being moderated by a third party before they come to me, because I've been experiencing, for the first time in 8 years, some difficulties online. Some of you will know that my Instagram was deleted recently. I don't really know what happened, so do send me a comment here, but I don't get to see them immediately. Somebody's filtering them for me. I will get to them eventually, unless they are from certain people, in which case I will never see them. So you can email me. In fact, if you want to email me, it's mrsgaynajane@gmail.com. I'll have put it on the screen here. For those of you who used to chat to me regularly and send me lots of different reels to look at every day on my Tales from Cuckoo Land Instagram, I haven't blocked you. It's been deleted. I'm not there anymore. All of my photos and everything's completely gone. I do have the Gaynor Jane Instagram. I've made it private, but you can request to follow, and if I recognise you or I can see clearly that you are a cuckoo, then I'll accept you, and then we can chat again. But I'm just having to protect myself at the moment. I have taken advice. There are people involved now, so hopefully this will all be resolved. So I've just cut a bit out because Wilfred and his friend are upstairs and they've just started singing at the top of their voices, so I've waited for that to stop. That is why I'm in this room and not in my usual really messy room of doom, of glory. That's why I'm not in there. Right, I'm flitting about all over the place, so let's try to focus in. I think I've told you everything you need to know currently about this. I will say more, if I still have a YouTube channel, when it is finished. Next up, talk to you. Sorry, Bunny, I didn't mean to. Shaking her ears again. Next up is a bag I was sent by Babylon Leather that I have seen on other crafting YouTubes. So when they got in touch with me and said, would you like to give it a go? I thought, yeah, I'd like to give it a go. So I am doing so. Oh, I've got sourdough dough up my fingernails. I'm still crap at making sourdough, but I still try. God loves a trier. Thank goodness. Thank goodness God loves a trier. And on the day of reckoning, as long as we have always done our best, been good, been kind, then really whatever trials and tribulations going on in life just pale into insignificance, don't they? Because when you're stood there at those pearly gates, you got yourself and your actions to look back on. So this bag is inside out at present because I'm still doing up the side, but you can see where it's going. Oh, the light's gone a bit funny. Can you hear Margot snoring as well? So this is all hand stitched. I will talk about this properly when it's finished as well, but just to say, I am thoroughly enjoying the process, but I cannot work on it for very long because it's very hard on my hands. But it's going to be a really lovely, good sized, they call it a travel bag, but you know what it's going to be for, don't you? It's going to be for packing my knitting for when I'm on holiday. Now, I did chat a bit more about this on a vlog on my Gaynor Jane channel, so I will link that below. Oh, listen, Bunny's scratching. All right, darling. Bun. We'll get you some different medicine. Yeah, it's honestly, it's all going on here. Sorry, an alarm went off. I've always have a million alarms to remind me to do things. This bag, Babylon Leather, everything will be linked below. They sent me that for free to try out and tell you my opinions. So I'm going to mark this video as paid promotion. An ad will be on the screen and gifted, and I will write it all in the description box, so it's all completely above board. Just thought it was a nice thing to do and that you crafters would enjoy, which is why I said yes to it and to share it. And along that vein, that is why I said yes to this as well, because although this is predominantly my crafting channel, I mean, I know historically other things got put in, but I'm just opening this now with you. But not all of you are knitters, and a lot of you guys say to me, I really wish I could knit, but I only crochet. So when this company, Unravelled, got in touch about their starter kits to help people learn to knit, I said, yeah, go on, send us one then, and I will have a look at it and chat about it. Now I'm going to give this to a friend of mine who really wants to learn to knit, so this will not be the last time you hear about this, because I've had enough comments from enough people that makes me realise that this is something that many of you would really enjoy. Now, I don't know what's in here. We'll have a look. I mean, obviously it's going to be everything you need to knit this cute hat, which personally I feel wants a pom-pom. But then that's fun to make with any leftovers, isn't it? Lovely. But right, so let's see what we think. Lovely box, good quality, lovely box. Simple packaging. Oh, we have a tote bag. Always nice to have a project bag. Unravelled. Since they sent me this, they've also been sending me emails, and they've got, you know, just the customer emails. They've got a Facebook page that just looks like the most supportive. Oh, that's another thing. For those of you who were talking to me on Facebook or Messenger, because Meta and Instagram are linked, I've been having problems with those. I can't sign in there. So if we were talking there, I can't get back in. I just can't get in. I can't get in and chat to people. So, yes, but they have got a very supportive Facebook page with people showing their projects and helping each other. It just seems like a really hand-holding, caring place to be. So here's the details. Unravelled, thank you. You've just cast on to something wonderful. This kit isn't just yarns and needles. It's an invitation to slow down, create and join a community of like-minded crafters. We're thrilled to have you on this journey of stitches and self-discovery. Cheryl, Unravelled founder. We can't wait to see where this journey takes you. Once you've finished, make a post and use the hashtag below for us to see. Hashtag Unravelled Knitters. www.unravelledstore @Unravelled Knitters. All right, now we're going to have a look at a very cute alpaca. Apparently, you can tell alpacas from llamas because llamas have bananas ears. There isn't like bananas. That's what someone told me. You might have to fact check that. We all know I come out with things that aren't always true, and I get my words muddled, and I sometimes use words inappropriately in that I might use a verb to describe something and I'll say a word that someone else might think is a little bit dodgy. It's a bit like Granny going around calling everybody a TWAT for ages, and it was only when I said to her, it's funny, Granny, because you don't swear, and yet you say the word TWAT. She was like, what? That's not a swear word. I said, it totally is a swear word. She went, no, it isn't. It's just another way of saying twit. Okay. But luckily for her, she didn't say that online anywhere. Right. So Peruvian alpaca. Great. That's what the yarn is. Oh my good Lord. That is stunning. Oh, I don't want to rip this because I'm going to give it to my friend to knit, and then we can follow her progress. Oh, ripped. Oh my goodness. Oh, I want to keep it. That is delightful. I love this. What do you call this? It's like a chain plied or something, isn't it? Does it say on the label? Do you know, my eyes are getting worse and worse and worse. I'm going to have to get some bifocals. That is, I hope that is showing up really nicely. It's a beautiful mustardy colour. That is lovely. Oh, this is great. Oh, this is even better. They don't just give you naff. They don't give you naff needles, cheap needles. They've only given you Chiago Premium Bamboo circular needles. So with this, you're going to learn how to knit in the round, which is something that is quite... Oh, I've forgotten about my cup of tea. Okay. And then we have a stitch marker, a darning needle, and a handmade with love little label. I'm not going to open that because it looks like it's sealed at that end, and I do want this to be lovely for my friend to open up. Oh, what a kit. I really want to, I want the hat myself now. However, I can knit, so I can't report back on how good or bad the instructions are. So there's no point me doing this. And of course, if my friend knits it and wears the hat, I get the pleasure of seeing her wearing the hat. So here are the instructions. Oh, brilliant. Video tutorials. Scan the QR code below with the camera on your phone. There is also the whole thing written out, the whole pattern. It's a really short pattern. I'm not going to show you it, but it is literally one page. What a wonderful gift. If you guys have got friends who always say to you, I wish I could knit, this could be their way in. This could be a gift. Okay, that's lovely. I've probably talked about it for far too long. I apologise. I get excited about things, you know. I like sharing stuff, and anything crafty, I love that. And I do feel very fortunate that I get offered things to share with you guys. But yeah, I'll mark this as hashtag gift ad paid promo, just to be completely transparent. And finally, the thing I'm most excited to show you. I've finished my Maybury cardigan, all but the buttons, all but for the buttons. So I need your help. I really need your help. I don't know what buttons to go for. Do I go and find some that just blend in, that are pink? Do I go for pale creamy colour, which I think is what Amy used in the pattern? Let's have a little look. Yes, she did. State of my pattern. Look, lovely. Or do I go for little wooden ones? Or just not put any on at all? Now, remember, Amy is my friend. We talk regularly on WhatsApp. We are real life friends. We did meet through the world of knitting, but we are real life friends. And she sent me the yarn as a gift. You know, we don't do birthday presents and things like that, but if we see things, or if we've got something and we think the other person would like it, then we send them. So I've got plenty left because she sent way too much, but she has a lovely ribbed hat that I would like to knit with this wool. Yeah. And here it is, with most of the ends woven in, apart from the very last one on the body and the very last one on both the sleeves, because when I knitted it and finished it, it knitted just slightly small for me, but I knew it would grow when I blocked it, but I didn't realise quite how much it would grow, because a garment always behaves differently for me than a swatch. So my swatch grew a little, but it was barely noticeable. But with a garment, because of the weight of it, even just the drying out, you know, when you're rolling it up in a towel, wow. It grew and it grew and it grew. I'm not kidding. The arms fell off my... Oh, I've just had a text from Avon and Somerset Constabulary. I think I might need to give them a call. Hang on. Right, I'm back. So the arms were almost down to my knees. So I let it dry out thoroughly. I kind of tried to smoosh it back up. I let it dry out thoroughly. And then what I did was I tried it on and realised that it was absolutely too big. But not only that, the gauge had stopped being this lovely tight gauge, and it had kind of gone like that. So I sprayed it down with with the sprayer I used for when I cut Toby's hair, and I put it in the tumble dryer for 5 minutes, and I got it out and I sprayed it again. I put it back in for 5 minutes, and I nursed this thing to perfect size. At least I think perfect size, but actually I'm not very good with things flopping over my hands, so I might end up taking the sleeves off. Would you like to see the bloody thing on? I expect you would, wouldn't you? I've gone a bit dark, I think. I may have to move you back. I may have to put some overlay footage in here. Oh, it's so snuggly. It feels like a hug, and goodness me, do I need a hug. Toby's out cycling. He'll hug me when I get back. Right, I am going to have to put some footage in here. I'll pop some footage in. So the length, I think, is pretty good. And sleeves are pretty all right, but they do flop down a little bit too much. But I'm very happy with this pattern. It was a great pattern to follow. I'm back now, I think. I probably won't, there won't still be an overlay. It was a great pattern to follow. I really enjoyed it. I do really enjoy Fisherman's Rib. It does take forever each row, because you knit into the row below again as well. Each row, obviously, you work 2 rows to get one completed row, but it's big needles and it's fluffy wool, so it's not that slow. The bit that I found tricky actually was when I had to do the Fisherman's Rib in a round, because I would forget whether I was purling one below or knitting one below. So this arm here is not as good as this arm here. Look, this one's neater, apart from there. What's happened there? This one is neater than this one. And the reason why this one's better is because I decided to, when I did the pick up under the armpit, I cast on a couple more stitches and I knitted the arm flat. And that worked for me. And then I seamed it up. I'll show you how the seam looks, because that worked out perfectly. There's the seam inside. And then, oh my goodness, this is just such a squidgy, lovely cardigan. And then, oh yeah, you can just see there that those two are slightly closer together than the gaps either side. You can't when you pull it open. Amazing. I mattress stitched it together. And I didn't really do a particularly thorough job, a precise job of mattress stitching, but it still worked out absolutely fine. So there we go. There is my Maybury. I'll put all the links down below. It's in, let me just tell you what the yarn is. So the pattern is by Amy Loudon and Other Knits. The yarn is by her and her sister's yarn company. The alpaca silk cashmere is one of the yarns in Pyrex, and the other yarn, you hold them both together, again in Pyrex, is 74% baby suri alpaca mulberry silk. So we've got Angel 4-ply and Dandelion. I'm not 100% sure how much I used. I'll pop that down below. I'll put this in a pot and I'll weigh it and let you know how much I used. But just take that as a guide, because everybody's knitting gauge varies. I think we've come to the end. I'm so sorry it's been rambly, but then it's always rambly, and many of you come back for more. Thank goodness that you do. So much love to you all. I hope that you are having a good day wherever you are, and I can't think of anything else to say. Thank you for being here. I hope to see you again soon. I forgot to say again, I forgot to come back and say, give me your votes on the buttons. Pink, white or wooden? I think pink. What do you think?